Hello there everyone, I am Pepino back playing more Dwarf Fortress, and we are rejoining the dwarves of Limulod. Just as the winter has set in, we are experiencing one of our first snowstorms. Everything has frozen, and the merchants who were here from the Dwarven Mountain homes are just packing up and getting ready to leave. We were able to trade with them and get quite a bit of supplies for all of our handiwork and things like that, which is good. Now, as you can see, I've set some tasks for the winter. We've got some big plans for the winter as we see the merchants leaving and climbing up the mountains. So is one of the kittens. But they are climbing up the mountains and going back to the mountain home. But now, focusing on our dwarves, they are busily scrambling around, building many of the things I told them to build. We're going to add a bunch of tables and chairs to the dining hall, as well as some silver statues up at the head of the dining hall. We are going to mine out this wall right here in between our dormitory and what was our dormitory and our workshop, because we are digging out on this level a ton more bedrooms that we are going to be filling up with beds here very shortly, and that'll be all good. That'll give us a lot more places for our dwarves to sleep, and then that should make them all very, very happy. Our tomb as well, we've got lots of stone and stuff all set to be dumped from there. If we go down a level, we have this hallway, which we have set to channel out and mine, as well as dig a little stairway down even farther. And this is basically going to end up being a massive bridge that we can close off in the event that anything comes up from the deep to try and destroy us. We can hopefully close this bridge off and save ourselves from that. So we've got some long-term construction going right now, basically. This whole area will be filled with beds. As you can see, we've got a large amount of them. But we've canceled the action of constructing them because we are out of logs. Luckily, I have set a bunch of trees to be cut down, so as soon as a woodcutter is finished doing whatever they're doing, they will go do that. These guys, as you can see, still pulling food from the trading depot down into our kitchen, and here we see our dwarf Shorast is getting busy cutting down some trees, bringing back the logs. They've also canceled the task to make charcoal because they are out of logs. Our metalsmith's forge, we had made a couple more battle axes and weapons and things like that. We've got copper battle axes, and we've actually made some copper breastplates now that I remember what I had them set to do. So let's make some copper crossbows and some bolts. So there we go, that'll be our next task since we have all of this copper just laying around, not really doing a whole lot. And let's see, is anything really interesting happened in the announcements? Not really. Our baby horse and baby llama have both grown up in the early winter. And we've also got a siege workshop here. So let's construct some ballista parts. And then I'm not exactly sure, since this is actually the first siege workshop I've ever built, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but I believe we need 3 parts for each siege engine, and then we can build them and set them up in some areas that I have set aside to be mined, where we're going to be able to put with some ballistas and guard our fortress. We've got another snowstorm here. Let's see, has anything interesting happened out here? Our trap is still empty. No animals have wandered in during the winter, which is fine. And we've also, as you can see, set all of these stones to be dumped and set a stockpile up here for finished goods, so they'll be very close to the trade depot and we can haul them. This area is going to be sort of a guard room, where I'm going to hopefully put a ballista here and dig a channel. I'll put the ballista here, where this middle room is, and dig the channel right in this area here, in between, connecting it to here, so that if any goblins and things like that come breaking into our fortress, we can shoot them from this ballista. And I might eventually mine this out and get rid of those doors, if I need to open up a shooting lane. The only problem with that would be if we get attacked while merchants are here. They will also be directly in the line of fire, so we have to think about that. But that's still quite a ways off because we have lots of stuff to do before we get to that. We are also still working hard on these bedrooms, and still looking like we are slowly but surely making progress, clearing out some of the areas where we're trying to dump the stone. Luckily, a lot of these areas ended up being soil, so we don't have a ton of stone to dump and get in the way. Then again, we also don't have any stone to build with, so it takes more time, but it's the only way we actually get resources to build things. Also, I am going to have this be the Phyllite hallway, this be the limestone hallway, and then if we have any more statues, we don't. We have a Phyllite statue, which we can place in that hallway, and then a limestone statue, which we can place there. Once we get a third type of statue, we will make our third hallway. But yeah, that's how our bedroom level is going to be organized. Anything else? Oh, here we see our silver statues. This is a silver statue of a giant. And let's read the description. It is an image of two giants in silver, made by Zan Dadakenshishak. So there's that. And then this, let us look at our other statue here. It is a silver statue of blood gnats. So he made a statue of giants and a statue of gnats, and put them next to each other. That's an interesting choice, to say the least. Let's actually look at some of these other statues that we've got here. It is a microline statue of Ochith Drink Crab. He is the deity of the coasts, lakes, oceans, and salt, depicted as a male dwarf in microline by Onal Olengigan, who is our expedition leader. So it's Ochith Drink Crab, the god of coasts, lakes, ocean, and salt, laughing. That is the main statue in the center entrance of our dining hall. Then, next to that, we have the statue of Eager, the eagle of waxing. It is an image of Eager, the eagle of waxing, the deity of food and agriculture, depicted as a male dwarf by Destat Idostodak. And it is working. So this is the deity of food and agriculture. Very fitting addition to our dining hall there. This statue is a statue of a forgotten beast in limestone by Cog Skotun. So there's that. That is a forgotten beast. We will meet some of them probably later on. This statue, if we have... Yes, it is a interesting one, it looks like. A peach-faced lovebird in microline, made by Cog. And then this one is a statue of Bemble Wordy Roughness. It's a well-designed image of Bemble Wordy Roughness, the dwarf, and maces, made by Cog out of microline, and it's a dwarf surrounded by maces, so that is a pretty cool statue as well. So that is the kind of detail you can go into, and you can actually take a look, and once your dwarves get better at creating statues and things like that, they will be able to create better quality and more cool statues, essentially. And they will also be worth a lot more and make your dwarves a lot happier to look at. And we are actually, since this is soil, going very quickly, mining a lot of these bedrooms, meaning that we're almost done. The weather has also cleared. If we look at the report, it is now midwinter, not early winter anymore. So that is good. We are doing very well on food and drink. Our supplies are very, very solid thanks to trading. Let's see, we've finished making a lot of those different weapons. So let's make now some mail shirts, some leggings, since I already have breastplates made, and then some helms. So there we go. We've got lots of copper armor being crafted at our metalsmith's forge. These two rooms have now been connected since they have taken out the wall there, which is always good. Let's build. Do we have more statues to build? What kind? Nope, we don't have any. We have one in storage, but we must have already set it to be built somewhere. It is a statue of Tis Thunderballs. Well then, Tis Thunderballs, the elf, and Nwenny Taxjade, the flickering spark, the dragon. So this is an elf and a dragon in limestone made by Dastat, and the elf is striking... Oh wait, no. The dragon is striking down the elf. The artwork relates to the killing of Tis Thunderballs by the dragon Nwenny Taxjade, the flickering spark, in the year 162, and that happened in the Abated Forests. And so that is a real historical event from the history of this world, depicted in limestone. Dwarves, if you don't know, not necessarily always huge fans of elves, so they've got, they have built a statue of an elf named Tis Thunderballs being killed by a dragon, and that brings them happy thoughts when they look at it. So that's good. Also, I have set to remove these ramps inside this channeled area here, and that will mean once we raise the drawbridge, the only way out is through this hallway here, and if I lock this door, which I think I can do, I'm not sure if goblins will be able to get out, so they may just starve to death down there, which would be ideal. And then of course, if our dwarves get stuck down there, we can always just unlock the door and let them out. So that might be just a perfect setup for keeping goblins out of our fortress, assuming that all works the way I think it's going to. Then, let's see if we have any more tables. Yes, we do. We've got one at least. And do we have any more chairs? We've got two. Perfect, so we can continue to build on to our dining hall. And our farms are going nicely, which is perfect, and we're still brewing as well at some point. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Before more traders come, we might want to do that, actually. So let's set this area to be mined out. That won't get us too close to the lake, I hope. Because we definitely don't want to flood the entire area. That would be lots of problems ahead if we managed to do that. Let's see, what's this guy doing? He's got no job. Alright, let's see here. He's an armorer. Let's make some more armor. Actually, let's make some furniture out of copper. We're gonna make copper cages. We've already got a couple made, I know, but we want some more. Also, since we have logs now, we can continue constructing beds and making charcoal on repeat. So we will do that. And there are miners going very quickly through that dirt. And now we can extend our food stockpile. Just like that. There we are. Now we can store tons more food and we won't have to worry about running out of room anytime soon. And like I said, I'm gonna go fix that idler and then I'll be right back.